Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. So today, as you can tell by the title, I'm going to be doing a golden hour makeup tutorial. So this is a very bronzy, very glowy, beautiful makeup tutorial. It's perfect for summertime because I'm going to be using products that will make your makeup last a very long time, but you still have that beautiful glow. I'm really excited because it's been a while since I've just sat down and done a regular makeup tutorial. But yeah, I'm super excited. If you haven't already, before we get started, make sure you hit that red subscribe button and the post notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so to start off, I went ahead and moisturized my skin and used my eye cream. I use the ones that I use every single day, which is the Belief True Cream Aqua Bomb and then the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. Love both of these products. To start, I think I want to start with the face first and then do the eyes because the eyes aren't going to be anything super intricate. For primer, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Master Prime, the Blur and Smooth. I love this stuff. It's super affordable. I want to say it's like $8 at the drugstore, and it 100% does the job. It makes my makeup last a long time, and it does have more of like a thick, tacky consistency, so it is going to give your skin a nice base to stick to. So since I want this makeup look to be something that you can recreate and will make your makeup last a very long time, I'm going to do more of a full coverage foundation. So I'm going to be actually mixing two that I've been loving recently, which is the Beauty Blender foundation and then the Maybelline Superstay foundation. So this one is a little bit more full coverage. It's a little bit more matte than the Beauty Blender. I feel like this has more of a velvety satin finish, so I like mixing both of them because they are both pretty full coverage. This one just makes it a little bit more matte, which makes it last a lot longer. And start applying this to the skin using pouncing motions. I think this foundation might be a little too dark. I don't know. It might match. We'll just lighten it up a little bit with concealer. So for concealer, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer, and then I'm going to use a little bit of the Tarte Shape Tape on the inner corners just to brighten that up. I've been doing this a lot recently. I really like this concealer because it's a little bit more hydrating. It does still have really, really good coverage, but it's not super matte or dry. And then I can use the Tarte Shape Tape just to really brighten it up and add more coverage if I need to. Okay, so before we move on to setting our face or anything, we're going to use our cream products. This is super important. If you use any cream bronzers, highlighters, anything like that, do that all before you set your face. And I'm actually going to be using a cream highlighter and bronzer before I set my face today. And this, I don't know, I feel like it adds more of the glow. It gives you more of a glow from within because you'll set your face and it'll make it a little bit matte to keep it in and lock it in a little longer, and then you can add your powder, bronzer, or blush or highlight on top of it, and it just really brings everything out. But first, I'm going to be using the new Huda Beauty Tantour and bronzer. This stuff is really, really good. They have like 5 or 6 different shades, and I have the shade Light. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this Luxie Precision face brush and I'm just going to dab a little bit in there and dab just a little bit off on my hand because this stuff is very, very pigmented. And I'm just going to place it where I would normally contour. Also going to be going in with a liquid highlighter, and this is the Anastasia Liquid Glow in the shade Perla. It's a really, really pretty champagne color highlight, and it's super creamy, super easy to blend out. So I just take a little dollop on my hand, and I'll take the point of my beauty sponge and I'll just kind of dab it in there and go along the high points of my cheeks where I would normally highlight, and then use the fatter side of the Beauty Blender to kind of blend it out and up. So as you can see, it just adds a really nice, natural looking highlight and glow. And once you set your face and you add everything else, you can put a powder highlighter on top of it, and this will make that really, really pop. Okay, so now to set the face, I'm going to take my Huda Beauty setting powder and lightly bake under the eyes. And along the sides of my nose, where I tend to crease a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I'll just take a powder brush and I will use a very light hand, take just a little bit, kind of dab it off, and just go over the perimeters of my face with that powder and kind of blend everything else out once I've done that. And then for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Island Ting. And I'm just taking a fat bronzer brush, kind of swirling my brush in the product, and then lightly working in upward circular motions on the cheeks. Okay, so you can still kind of see that structure from the cream contour, so I don't need to use a lot of contour because I don't want it to get muddy or anything, but I am going to take just a little bit to kind of define it, and then I will bake underneath to actually really define the contour. So I'm just taking this Morphe brush, this is the Y11, and kind of swirling it into this Too Faced Soleil bronzer in medium deep, and I'm just going to lightly contour And then for the nose, I'm going to use the same thing, but I'm actually going to use an eyeshadow brush, and lightly I'm just going to go in and run this along the sides of the nose. To be honest, I don't contour my nose a lot, but since I want my skin to be super bronzy and glowy and structured, I'm going to contour it. And I'm also going to bring it up the sides into my eye socket. Or up towards the brow bone, not eye socket. And then I'm going to take some more of that Huda Beauty baking powder, and I'm going to just define underneath the contour with it and kind of bake it while I do the rest of my makeup. So while that is kind of baking and setting, I'm going to move on to blush, and I'm just going to be using my Flower Beauty Sweet Pea blush. This is a go-to. It's a really pretty pink blush. And I'll even run a little bit on the edge of my nose, just to kind of give it a little bit more of like a sun-kissed look. Okay, so I went ahead and let this sit for just a little bit longer. It's probably been about 5 minutes or so, and I'm just going to dust off the excess. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to eyebrows. I'm going to do this off of camera, or I'll just speed through it because nobody wants to sit here and watch me do my eyebrows for 10 minutes. And then we will move on to the eyes. Okay, so like I said, for the eyes, we're not going to do anything super crazy. It is going to be very bronzy, golden brown. So I'm going to be using the Colourpop and Kathleen Light's Dream Street palette. This one has some really pretty warm browns and coppers in it. So this is what we're going to use. I am just going to take the shade Twinkle, which is a really nice neutral transition shade. And we're just going to run this in the crease. And then taking a more defined brush, I'm going to go in with Elfish, which is that dark brown, and I'm just going to put this more defined in the crease. And then for the lid, I'm going to be using this Nude Sticks eyeshadow in Copper Foil. This stuff is so beautiful and so creamy. So I just kind of swept it across the eye, and now I'm going to take a flat shader brush and just blend it out a little bit. And then to intensify it, I'm going to take a little bit of Spark and Shooting Star, which are like golden and copper shades in this palette. Kind of tap off the excess and just place this on top. And then I'm going to go back in with Elfish with a angled brush and just kind of blend out the outer corner edges and deepen it up a little bit. And then for the lower lash line, we're first just going to take this shade right here, Twinkle, and run this across the lower lash line. And then once again, we're going to take the nude stick and we're going to run this from the inner corner about halfway, and then we're just going to kind of smudge it out. For the inner corner, we're going to use Spark. So we're not going to use any liquid liner or anything, but I do want a tight line. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and apply some mascara. I'm going to be using the Better Than Sex mascara and the NARS Climax mascara, and I will be right back. So I went ahead and applied some mascara. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Fuego highlighter, my all-time favorite highlighter ever. It is beautiful. And then for lips, I'm first going to line them with the Charlotte Tilbury Cheat Lip Pencil in Love Trap. And then I'm going to go in with my Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in 951, and then the Milani Amore Shine lip color in the shade Charming. And then before we set our face, I'm going to go back in with just a little bit more bronzer, because that is the whole point of this video, is to be very, very bronzy, and just kind of do a last minute dust all over the face and neck To set our face, I'm going to be using the Huda Beauty Resting Boss Face Waterproof Setting Spray. This is going to guarantee that your makeup does not budge throughout the day or night whenever you're doing this look. Alright, so this is the finished makeup look. Super bronzy, super glowy, really, really pretty, and I feel like you could wear this during the day to work, or you could put on some liquid liner and lashes and really glam it up for nighttime if you have an event to go to. I love this makeup look, and if I'm ever feeling like in a funk, I don't really know what to do, this is normally the makeup routine that I go for. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you plan on recreating this. Tag me in your pictures on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I'll have all of my handles linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any of my videos. I love you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.